Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show this week. Each Monday we have different organizations come in to be on our connection show to connect you with what's going on around the broadcast area. And we do appreciate, we have some great organizations here in the area, and we appreciate them participating with us to keep you informed about all the good things they're doing out there. Of course, the holiday season means even more to all of us. Stay with us. Be back in a moment, and we'll talk with two ladies about a big event that's been going on for a long time right here in here.
Gifts, and more gifts. That's what you'll find at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. Come in and browse their vast assortment of unique Christmas ornaments, wreaths, and wall decor. For the holidays, Sisters has added a new line of baby products, including clothes, footwear, and accessories. If you like sweets, pick up some of their gourmet candy, cookies, or snacks. Whether you're looking for a bold centerpiece, an artistic floral arrangement, serving pieces, or all-occasion tabletop items, Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence. Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first two guests in the studio today from the 20th Century Club have Carlene Morris and Kathy Wilburn. Thank you both for coming in today. I know Carlene was really looking forward to coming in.
She has just begged me to let her come.
So excited.
When she came in, I thought I was going to get, her husband, Roger, and I have known each other for a long time, and he came in as support staff, but then I asked him to come down, and he took off on it. Yeah. So it didn't work out so good. But anyway, thank you both for coming in. Both of you, just kind of jump in on any here. Before we talk about Lights of Love, which you've had going on for a long time, the 20th Century Club, let's give the people a little bit of background about 20th Century Club.
Okay. I'm always glad to talk about the 20th Century Club, and we want to thank you for letting us share this time with you.
Sure.
Each year we do, as you mentioned, have the Lights of Love, try to the first Saturday in December, and Carlene's going to tell you more about that. But our club is 115 years old.
Wow.
Some of us in there feel like we're that old. But I'm always, as I said, I'm always glad to talk about the club. And our permanent project is the cemetery, especially Maplewood, because it was named Maplewood. And in 1924, the ladies of the 20th Century Club thought, well, if it's Maplewood, we need some maple trees. So they went to Newton County and found wild maple. Now, I did not know that until I read about this, and planted, I don't know how many, but then in 95, they were in, with the DAR, helped them to purchased 21 trees from Mount Vernon, Virginia. That's the Washington area. Mm-hmm. And they named that the Living Classroom. And so since then, we have maintained and purchased over 800 trees in these years. So it's just been an ongoing project, and people they seem to appreciate it because we hear so many good comments on what we have done there, and just always glad to talk about it.
I'm sure if anybody out there that's lived in the area for any length of time, if you've never been to Maplewood Cemetery in the fall, it's unbelievable. In fact, buses stop there going through the area to take a look at Maplewood because it's the vivid colors of all the different maple trees, as Kathy was mentioning, coming from different parts of the country. So you got different varieties of maple trees, different colors, and they drop their leaves a little bit different. But usually when we get that first freeze, you better get over there pretty soon, because within a week or so, that sap starts to drop and the colors really become very vivid. But it's a beautiful place. It really
Well,
is.
it is,
It's amazing how through the years that your organization has kept it looking good. You know, we've had to go through some ice storms during this time frame, and I know through the years, I'm sure had some major damage over there.
We certainly did. I think it was 99, wasn't it, when we had the bad ice storm? And we had to have an arborist from Springfield to come and advise us on the care of the trees, and it cost around $36,000, and the 20th Century Club paid that.
Wow.
So we are a busy group, and we do try to maintain a reverent aura there, because people come to meditate and to reflect on the lives of the ones who are buried there.
Kathy, the little I don't know, the little welcome center, what do you call that?
We call it a little chapel.
Chapel, okay. Was that also built by 20th Century?
Yes, it was. And lately we have had Boy Scouts to approach us who needed to earn their Eagle badge or designation. So 3 years ago, the first young man asked to do a job, and we gave him the project of restoring the chapel. Okay. It needed it badly, and his troop did a great job. Then the second young man painted all the trash receptacles and just helped clean up in general. We do have a caregiver for the cemetery in the summer. At one time we were watering and mulching and all, and we have someone now who does that for us. And then, just starting as soon as he can, another scout is going to landscape the entry to Rose Hill. It's of course an old cemetery. We've been trying to get that on the National Register, and I don't know what the status of that is. Of course, the cemeteries belong to the city. Yes. That's a little unusual, because we're about the only city in the state, I think, that the cemetery is owned by the city, but we own the trees. We maintain the trees.
Right. So the other I didn't realize that you maintain the other cemeteries.
We do. Yes, we do. The trees and things, they are so old and all, we don't do a lot with them, and we don't plant new trees there, but we do plant trees in Maplewood.
I knew that. Okay, we were talking about, and then I'm going to get to Carlene. I know she's anxious to talk to me here in just a minute. She's looking forward to this. No, I just... your club, your organization itself, how many people do you normally have as members, and do you invite new, younger people to get involved?
Right. Well, we have a cap of 35.
So you have to be 35 or older.
35 is the maximum, and we do have members who, of course, we've lost several who passed away, and we seek new members. Some of our members want to go inactive for different reasons. Some of those inactive members come back when the situation that caused them to give up that position is no longer. But we are actively seeking members to make our roll to 35.
So you want to keep it at,
and we're very close now.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
that's good.
We are.
I know you had the I think, like I said, the last time we talked was probably about the your international dinner, the fundraiser that you had in the spring. As far as fundraisers and what you do with the funds, give us a little information.
Well, we don't usually have, quote, a fundraiser, but then we have started doing that because of expenses and all that have. But we try to give to the local organizations, and we have actively given to several of them here in Harrison. I won't name all of them because some years we select a new one, but we try to keep our funds locally. When we first started that is done by the International Committee. We have an International Affairs Committee, and we do give to some of the national organizations like Heifer International and that, because our national organization, we're a member of the General Federated Women's Clubs, and they choose a project, and like for the local clubs to support that. So we give a portion of that
Yeah, to
nationally,
them.
but the greater percentage stays in Harrison.
Right, obviously what you do. Well, let's get Carlene involved now, and let's talk about the Lights of Love. We got about 4 or 5 minutes, so let's get into what you're doing and how that got started, maybe just a little bit.
Well, will be our 18th annual
18th year.
Lights of Love, and it will be Saturday, December the 3rd, with a rain date of the 10th. If it happens to rain on the 3rd, then we'll have that on the 10th. The luminaries, we'll meet at the cemetery around 11, and we have white sacks, and we will fill those full of sand and then put a little luminary candle inside. Okay. And then we set those out, and then people can come between 1 and 4 and purchase those. I mean, it's free, but if you'd like to give a donation, that's fine.
Sure.
And you can have as many as you want for as many loved ones as you have. We'll have local clubs and community volunteers that will light the candles at dusk, and then the public is invited to come and view those luminaries until 8:30. And like I say, there was no charge for the luminaries, but a donation will be appreciated. And all donations will be applied to the restoration of the maple trees at Maplewood Cemetery and Rose Hill Cemetery.
Goes to a great cause. For those of you in the viewing audience, if you've never been over to Maplewood for this event, the Lights of Love, and I have been, have relatives there, obviously, and like to go over there, but it's quite touching. It really is. It's I call it quiet time for myself, but to go over there and to see the luminaries, literally hundreds of them on the loved ones' grave sites over there, and it's a real touch, particularly going into the holidays, in my opinion. So if you've never had an opportunity to go over there, pick up a bag and with a candle and set it at your loved one's site, and then go back later on once they get them all lit and make a donation, because the 20th Century Club has done an outstanding job, not only for the Lights of Love, but in my opinion, Maplewood's probably one of the most beautiful, not just being a cemetery, but one of the most beautiful locations when it comes to the fall review that you'll see anywhere in the country. But it's very good. You do a great job over there.
Well, thank you.
And people do appreciate it.
Well, we enjoy doing that. I mentioned to someone that every year we say, okay, this is going to be the last. Then we visit with people, and you see people that you don't see every day, and it's so much interesting and all. Then we're already planning for the next year, so we'll keep up as long as we can walk.
Well, both of you realize this, living here for a long time. Sometimes people don't say anything, and you really should. You do appreciate it, but you just don't say anything. So sometimes silence means, well, maybe they don't appreciate it, or it doesn't matter anymore. That's not necessarily true.
No, not true in this. They love to visit, and we, of course, and they may have as many bags as they wish, because a lot of them have different ones.
Sure.
And I think Carlene will let you know who's on this committee.
Okay, got about a minute left, so we don't have much time.
Do I have that? I don't think I have that.
Okay, it's right here, Carlene.
All right, there you go. Just read those off real
quick.
Okay.
Mary Spees is the chairperson, and Marilyn Beard, and Jean Johnson, Pat Kennedy, myself, Kathleen Millen, Charlotte Parker, Lana Springer, and of course Catherine Wilburn, Jane Adair, and Linda Mathis.
So that's your committee. Well, very good. Thanks to the committee and all the work that you do.
Well, it takes a large committee, as you know, for the work that we do.
Yes, it does. It does. And we hope that everybody supports the Lights of Love, whether give a donation. It doesn't have to be a big one, but help them out.
I'd like to mention also that we have people who want to plant a tree in memory of a loved one, and we do accept those, of course.
So would they get a hold of, if they wanted to do that?
Yes, they'd get a hold of Mary Spees. She's our chairman this year. And then we have to determine the kind of tree.
And kind of where you want it. And so
well, actually, the city advises us where they want it planted.
Right. So it's kind of
Bruce Richardson is the director there.
Okay.
So,
thank you both for coming in. We do appreciate you coming. Carlene, thanks for joining Kathy this time, and she'll be asking you to come back, I'm sure. And Catherine, thank you so much for contacting me, and we'll help you anytime we can. If you have your big dinner again this year, you give me a call.
We certainly will.
We'll help you any way we can.
Letting us take your time.
You bet. Thanks for both of these ladies for coming in and talk about the Lights of Love, December the 3rd. That's on a Saturday at Maplewood Cemetery. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a young man about child safety and the importance of it.
The Christmas season is the time of year to remember family and friends. At Shelby's, we know the importance of choosing just the right gift for that special someone. We've created a winter wonderland for your holiday shopping experience. Whether you are looking for home decor, gourmet foods, kitchen gadgets, or baby products, Shelby's can help you find that perfect gift. Stop in today and browse our broad assortment of holiday gifts and decorations. Shelby's will make your holiday shopping easy and enjoyable. Shelby's, simply elegant, surprisingly affordable.
My name is Nikki. I work at Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, and I'm a dental assist. We're the first faces that the patients see. We get them through the paperwork process, explain what's going on, and just let them know step by step what to expect, and you get to see them throughout the whole process. We want our patients to be happy, we want them to be comfortable, and that's really what it's about, getting the best results while making great relationships with people.
Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our next guest in the studio today is from the Harrison Police Department. Mike Tolan, who is a school resource officer, and he's at the middle school. Mike, I've known you for a long time. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Appreciate you, Chief, letting you come in. And he said, I've got just the guy to come in and talk about it. But actually, with you being a school resource officer, with Mike being at the middle school, so he's kind of right in between the school systems, the younger ones and the older ones, right in the middle of it. Very vulnerable, obviously, in that age group there. Before we get into this national safety thing, Mike, let's talk a little bit about a resource officer like yourself. I know you interact with the students, you interact with the teachers and the faculty and parents, and maybe a little bit of kind of some of the things that you guys are doing, that you do, that makes a difference. It really makes a difference.
Well, it's kind of interesting because each one of us at different schools had to deal with different situations. The school resource officer at the elementary school is Officer Mills, and he teaches a lot of stuff with the kids, educates them on strangers and a whole bunch of being safety, like walking to school, bus safety, kind of the fundamental type things. When we get to middle school, I work with them on self-esteem, making good choices, about peer pressure, things of that nature. And then when they get to junior high, Officer Godfrey, he teaches them about dangers of drugs. He goes over internet safety with them. And we did a driving, like DWI driving stuff of that nature with them. So it kind of goes through stages, just like what in school. It's elementary to middle to the older kids. In high school, it's more of Officer Gripson at the high school. He doesn't get to teach a whole lot in there. He's just more as a presence to help out with kids with their needs. It's more of I think it's more of a personal relationship with them. And what do I do if I get pulled over? And he can explain, this is what you need to do, this is what they're asking. So it helps them out because those kids are a little bit more independent. Yes. And make some more of their choice and kind of guides them in making hopefully the right choices later on in their life.
Mike, and let's just take the middle school, for instance, and kids, generations change. Obviously, your generation, mine, it changes rapidly as we go from year to year. But there's so many challenges for young people today out there, and challenges for the school systems and the faculty and obviously parents. Because of particularly the World Wide Web. I mean, there's no secrets. You can look up anything you want to. A lot of it is excellent. I mean, we get some great information. Probably one of the best things that we ever came up with was the internet. You know, I mean, it really is. It brings the whole world together at your fingertips. But then there's the bad side of it. There's always got to be a downside. What do you see, and what do you try to tell young people, like the middle school students, when it comes to, stalkers and internet porn and all this stuff?
Well, it's funny because I was at the junior high as a resource officer about 9 years ago, and we taught internet safety, and we told parents that no, don't have a computer in their bedroom. It needs to be out in the public, like in the living room where you can see what's going on. Now, just from 9 years from that, all these kids have iPhones, and I tell parents, I said, you're just giving them a computer to do whatever they want to with it. Kids in the middle school, they're still playing Clash of Clans and Angry Birds. They're not too much into the social media. They're not too much into Facebook that much yet, because they have to be 13 to be on Facebook, but they all lie about their age on that anyway. But a lot of the kids I see at the middle school right now are using Instagram and things of that nature, and Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's amazing the transition from the middle school to the junior high, at how much these kids change. When they get to 7th grade, 8th grade, they change dramatically. When they start really exploring, going out and talking to people they don't even know, and it's just a strange transition. It's kind of a phenomenon to sit there and deal with these kids, even with dealing with drug stuff. And the kids at the middle school, I don't want to smoke, do drugs, and then they get to junior high, and they're just within a year or two, how much they can change. It's really fascinating. But we try to teach them now the dangers of it, and we've had instances where something's happened, and we try, hey, now as you know, because once it's sent out there, there's no getting it back. And that's what we try to tell them. Once you say something on the internet, on Facebook, you can't, it's out there. If you share a picture on the internet, it's out there. You can't take it back. And we try to stress that to them. And like I said, but at the middle school age, they're still into playing the games, so they're still innocent, I guess.
To a certain extent, they really are.
Yeah.
Of course, the kids are easily swayed, and I'm sure that's where a lot of your emphasis goes. Is again, before you make that first step, just think about it. Or ask your parents, or ask you, or ask the faculty. What do you think about it? Is this because, like you say, sometimes a mistake can be made, and it's not. You can't retract it. It's there. In the middle school, Mike, do you see is there opportunities? There's the predators all over the place. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but there really are, and you never know exactly who a predator is. It's really difficult to tell. I'm sure, even law enforcement. But at the middle school, do you see the kids, particularly with alcohol and drugs? Do you see much of that in middle school here? I know there's got to be some, I'm sure, but. Is it prevalent in the middle school?
Not in the middle school. You don't see very little of it. I mean, it's not like I said, when you get to junior high and high school.
Yes.
Or like I said, and I understand the parents' point of view. They're getting older, they're teenagers. You want to give them a little bit more freedom to do a little bit more independence. But the middle school, they're still 11 years old, 12 years old, and. So at the middle school, not so much so with alcohol and drugs. Like I said, I did stuff last year with them, talking about that stuff, and they were just disgusted by the tobacco and drugs. Oh, we never do that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, well, we'll wait till you're a senior, and I'm going to have them write a letter this year about, say, what are you going to do when you grow up and you stay. And then when they graduate, we'll give that letter to them, just so they can see, kind of look back and say, there was a point in my life where I said that was disgusting, never do it. Where are you at now? Have you contributing in any of those things? Are you taking part in any of those things now?
That's a good idea.
So that's what we're just kind of shoot for this year.
Kind of a look back,
right?
What they said. As a school resource officer, Mike, and you've been at the junior high now, at middle school, so you've been involved a long time. How do you see yourself, or how do students see you? Do they see you with a badge and a gun, or do you try to? You want to be friends, I'm sure, but you got to be also respected. Is that kind of what you're trying to?
Yeah, and it's kind of a hard thing to do sometimes, because you want these kids to feel comfortable enough where they will come to you when they have an issue or they have a problem.
Yes.
And a lot of kids will do that, but I interact with them a lot. I know Officer Mills and Rich, we'll go out there and play dodgeball with them and stuff. We're human too,
right?
And we don't want people to think we're just robots. We interact. We enjoy doing the same things that the kids like doing. We play sports. We do the dodgeball. We enjoy interacting with them, and we have them. When we do that, they feel more comfortable coming to us, and say, "Hey, I have this problem. Can you help me with it?"
Okay.
And that's what we want. And we want the parents to know, "Hey, you can come to us. We're a resource for you guys. If you have an issue, just come to us, and we will help you and try to get you in the right direction." But like I said, a lot of these kids now in the middle school, I have several of them come up to me. I'm just their big buddy. They come up and talk to me, which that's a good thing. But as long as they just don't want them to take advantage of, well, why are you getting on to me? Well, you've done something wrong. We have to fix it. But just having that, them being comfortable with coming to us and saying, hey, I have an issue, I have a problem, can you help me with it? And like I said, when they get older, I have a lot of kids from the junior high that are graduating college now that still I can talk to and stuff, and they still remember stuff we did with, and that's what you want.
Yes.
Because they may not go tell another officer they don't know, but they will come to us and say, hey, I have a problem, can you help me with this? And that's what we want. It's just not a temporary, we want a long-lasting relationship with some of these people. That way they can know they can trust the police officers and have a good relationship with us.
You know, Mike, we're real fortunate in a town like this size, and well, I know you've been on the force for a long time. How many years?
17 years.
17 years. Well, you were 9 years, obviously, at junior high, and you've been 2 at the middle school. That's 11 years just in that part of it, and you may have done some other along with it.
I've done the patrol for 5. I was at the junior high for 3 years, and I did criminal investigations for 8, and now I'm back over here at the middle school.
So you're back and forth.
Yeah.
So you've seen all aspects of it, obviously, and I think that's very important. And obviously, I know, you know, sometimes parents out there maybe don't realize the what they have with a school resource officer like Mike and the others, because you really do have somebody that's like a faculty member or administrator or whatever in the school system. They're there to help you. And if you need help or if you've got questions or concerns, they really need to come to you, because many times you can stop a situation before it ever occurs if you kind of got a hint that something may be happening with kids.
Right, and like I said, that's the thing. When we did our internet seminar last year at the school, that's what we told the parents, saying we are a resource not only just for your kids, we're a resource for the parents. And if you have a question as far as, it doesn't even have to involve, I mean, we talk about frauds and scams and things of that nature. Parents get all the time. They ask and say, we're here for you. We have resources to reach out and say, hey, this is what this is. This is a scam. This isn't a scam. We're here for the community. We're more the community-based, I guess, part of the police department. We do a lot of community events. We're just not in the school. We do health fairs. We do the baby fair. We do we're at any community event. We're usually there, just not for the school, but for the community, to help the community out and answer questions. We're a resource for them. Yeah,
you know, and really, you know, although you're law enforcement and serve and protect is your main goal, but in this way, you're really not only serving and protecting, but you're assisting and helping coordinate and you're touching a lot of different aspects that maybe just a normal officer might not.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we just did a car seat clinic.
Yes,
and we just did that class, and so we have like 7 car seat techs now, and that's just not something that you think a law enforcement officer, but we install a car seat. Yeah, we help show parents how to install car seats properly. If they need assistance with that, we have car seats available for them. Like I said, we do health fair stuff. We do so much in the community to try to be out there. Not only build a relationship with our kids, but we want to build a relationship with our community also, to where they can feel comfortable, come to us, and we can help them in any way that we possibly can.
Well, I think you do. We have a good force here, and it's nice to have a small town and have people like yourself interacting with everybody in all aspects of it. And we do appreciate it. And we appreciate all law enforcement, and they're having some real problems across the country with people that don't respect law enforcement and are actually taking the lives of law enforcement all over our country. So when you see the guys out there in blue, tell them thank you for the job they do. They put their lives on the line every day, even right here in Harrison, Arkansas. Mike, thank you so much for coming in. Again, on the Child Safety Program, if you'd like to get involved, they're taking donations through December the 12th. It goes to the National Child Safety Council, and a lot of that comes right back to our community here to help Officer Tolan and all these others that are involved in child safety and child care. So help them out if you can. And it's for a good cause, and it's a 501c3 nonprofit. Mike, thank you so much for taking time to come in. Good luck with the rest of the school year. We appreciate your service.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for joining us on Connection. We hope we brought some information to you perhaps you didn't know about. We'll see you again next time.